Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're going way beyond the chatbots. We're going to reveal the massive, hidden factory humming beneath everyday AI. Everyone sees that surface layer, right? The image generators, the coding copilots, those helpful little assistants on your phone. But underneath all of that, there's an enormous, largely invisible infrastructure economy being built as we speak. So today, we're going to expose that hidden layer and figure out why it might just become one of the most valuable infrastructure markets in modern history.
Because here's the thing, this really exposes the biggest misconception in tech right now. People think the whole battle is just about the models. They hear names like GPT, Claude, Gemini, or Llama, and they think, yep, that's the whole game. But actually, the real competition, the true battleground, is in the hidden infrastructure. Building intelligence is one thing, sure, but serving that intelligence globally, efficiently, and economically? Wow, that is an entirely different, incredibly complex challenge.
So to really wrap our heads around this, we're taking a factory tour through 6 key layers: the hidden AI economy, the GPU compute engine, inference and AI memory, orchestrating machine intelligence, moving and managing data, and finally, civilization-scale infrastructure.
Let's start with Section 1, the hidden AI economy, the anatomy of a prompt. Think about what actually happens the exact second you type a prompt and hit enter. You aren't just pinging some simple piece of software. Boom, your single request triggers this massive, seconds-long industrial ecosystem. Within literally moments, your prompt demands GPU scheduling, it kicks off distributed inference, it allocates cache, retrieves semantic information, and routes everything back through incredibly complex networks. It absolutely proves that AI is not just an app, it functions exactly like a heavy-duty industrial infrastructure ecosystem. Moving right along to Section 2, the GPU compute engine, powering the factory floor. Let's step down onto the literal factory floor. This is where the physical engines live, the GPUs. Large language models require massive parallel matrix computations. Because of this, modern AI infrastructure completely revolves around these clustered GPUs, high bandwidth memory, and super intricate interconnect fabrics. But here's the crazy hidden secret. Just buying and hoarding the chips isn't enough, not even close. It's really about how elegantly your distributed scheduling systems and optimization engines can actually make all those chips work together in perfect harmony.
And this brings us to a really crucial point. AI systems are hungry. They consume enormous resources continuously. Unlike traditional software where you write it once and it just runs, in AI, every single token generated costs real money. Every inference demands power, memory, and compute. So if you've got millions of users generating requests, you have to constantly optimize how you're routing and batching them. In this new economy, any idle time wastes massive amounts of capital. An idle GPU is quite literally economically catastrophic.
All right, Section 3, inference and AI memory, how the machine thinks and remembers.
We hear a ton about the massive upfront costs of training these models, right? But training is essentially a one-time cost. Inference, which is the actual ongoing generation of the responses, happens constantly. It's a continuous, global, 24/7 process. And this completely transforms intelligence generation into a massive industrial-scale utility. It becomes foundational. It's honestly a lot like electricity or the traditional cloud. This relentless, continuous demand is exactly what makes inference one of the largest compute markets we have ever seen created.
Because here's the reality. Models alone just aren't enough. A raw, out-of-the-box model cannot effectively store your specific enterprise knowledge, your real-time workflows, or any dynamic context. To do that, you absolutely need an AI memory infrastructure. We're talking about tools like vector databases and RAG pipelines, which, simply put, just retrieve your specific company data and feed it to the model. These tools are what actually dictate the latency, the cost, and most importantly, the accuracy of your AI. That retrieval efficiency is the magic sauce that makes the model practically useful for a real business.
Next up, Section 4, orchestrating machine intelligence, the control room.
Now we're in the control room. Just think about the sheer volume of complexity we're dealing with here. We're rapidly moving toward a future where enterprises will essentially operate using autonomous machine labor. And what does that mean? It means having AI coordinators, AI planners, AI analysts, and workflow managers all operating and talking simultaneously. You aren't just dealing with one simple model anymore. You have multiple autonomous agents talking to multiple memory layers across dozens of multiple workflows. It's wild.
Which naturally leads us to a massive infrastructure question. If we have all these autonomous digital workers buzzing around making decisions, something has to manage that chaos, right? Something must coordinate all of this. But what?
Well, the answer is a brand new hidden logistics system. We are seeing the rise of the AI operating system. Think about it. Just like global commerce relies on hidden shipping and logistics networks to move physical goods around the world smoothly, the AI economy requires an industrial coordination infrastructure designed specifically to organize machine intelligence. This new operating system is the very thing that keeps all those different agents, models, and workflows from just colliding into each other and failing.
Okay, Section 5, Moving and Managing Data, Logistics, and Troubleshooting. We have talked a lot about compute, but we also have to talk about movement. Modern AI systems put enormous, unprecedented pressure on our network infrastructures. Why? Because they constantly have to move intensely complex data states across highly distributed systems. We're talking about shuffling massive data embeddings, shifting memory states, transferring retrieval contexts, and routing agent messages back and forth instantaneously. Actually, efficient intelligence movement is rapidly becoming just as critical as intelligence generation itself.
And what happens when an enterprise AI workflow inevitably fails? Without incredibly deep, specialized observability, tracking down a failure cascade in this web becomes literally impossible. Was the inference incorrect? Did the retrieval process break? Did the memory go stale? Or did an agent just completely hallucinate? If you can't answer those questions instantly, you completely destroy the user's trust in the system. This urgent need has birthed a massive new category called AI operations infrastructure, whose sole purpose is to troubleshoot and manage these intricate webs.
Finally, Section 6, Civilization Scale Infrastructure, the macroeconomic view. Let's zoom all the way out for a second and look at the historical gravity of what is being built right now. Just as roads, railways, and the electrical grid completely define the Industrial Revolution and massive data centers define the Internet Revolution, the AI economy is actively building civilization-scale infrastructure. Compute power and energy availability are no longer just standard IT concerns, they are rapidly becoming strategic geopolitical resources. Entire global economic dynamics are going to increasingly revolve around who possesses this intelligence infrastructure capacity.
Because of this, we're right in the middle of a complete fundamental transformation of the cloud. The traditional cloud, the one we've used for the last decade, was optimized around static applications and basic storage. But the AI-native cloud is entirely different. It optimizes around constant inference, dynamic memory, distributed intelligence, and complex agent orchestration. The future winners in the tech space won't just be the ones building cute consumer applications, they're going to be the ones who successfully build these much better, highly efficient intelligence infrastructure economies. Ultimately, what we're talking about is how the very nature of software itself is fundamentally changing. We are moving away from software as this static execution system that just sits there passively waiting for your command. Instead, software is evolving into an active, continuous, dynamic intelligence production system. It is turning into a living, breathing factory of thought. So I want to leave you with this one provocative thought to ponder. We've seen just how massive, how complex, and how absolutely vital this underlying layer truly is. It's arguably the most critical economic infrastructure being built in the world today. So the next time someone casually says to you, "Oh, AI is just a chatbot," well, you now know the truth. You know about the massive civilization-scale factory quietly humming underneath it all. The only real question left is, if this is the engine of the 21st century, who will ultimately control it? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning what's beneath the surface.